I'm Gabriel Morency for Sports Interaction. In today's technological-driven world of 24/7, 365, around-the-clock coverage, it's hard to be shocked about anything nowadays. Politician gets busted in bathroom soliciting sex. Yeah, whatever. Ooh, Lindsay Lohan. Prison for drunken driving. Yeah, whatever. And you know what, man, when I saw that Mel Gibson got in a car accident, I was thinking, man, if he's sauced, I'm going to put my fist through my screen because I didn't lay it down at 8-1 that Mel Gibson would get busted in an ex-celebrity booze cruise. As far as an ex-rage tape, it's got to be Michael Lohan. But hey, that's another story. Hard to be surprised in today's society. Roger Clemens, we're just inundated with all this crap. I'll tell you what, you know what is surprising? All the points that are being scored in National Football League preseason games. This ain't your daddy's preseason anymore, baby. This is a new world order that we're living in, and it's taking place in the National Football League preseason. It's week 1 of the preseason, and coaches around the league are leaving their multi-million-dollar starting quarterbacks into the game into the second quarter. Some teams played starters into the third quarter of their first preseason game, and what's happening? The numbers have been shattered. We've seen 18 preseason games played thus far, and I'll tell you what, 13 of them have gone over the number. Underdogs are cashing tickets left and right. The underdogs have cashed 12 tickets thus far, and we expect the theme to continue over the weekend. You look at the Cincinnati Bengals and the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles have a great preseason quarterback rotation, and hey, they're going to have a pretty good regular season one as well. I'm liking the Philadelphia Eagles a lot this year. I'm expecting big things from the gunslinger in Kevin Cobb. If you saw this kid play for the Houston Cougars, you know how good he can potentially be, and he's got a ton of weapons. Now, speaking of weapons, the New York Giants don't have a lot. They're beaten up. They're probably the most banged up preseason squad in football. We also what happened to Eli Manning against the New York Jets. Now Jim Sorgi is hurt. Now, you know you're in trouble when you're worried that Jim Sorgi's actually hurt. They're going to they're going to Rhett Bomar right now. They got some issues at the quarterback position. They got a kid coming in off the street from Holy Cross. Holy crap, Batman. They're in trouble. You look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big Ben Roethlisberger is going to be making his Steeler debut. Let's just hope that Big Ben keeps Little Ben out of the Big Apple, if you know what I'm saying. But I like the Pittsburgh Steelers to get this done against the New York Giants. And I'll tell you what, that Minnesota Vikings San Francisco 49er game is interesting, isn't it? And if you're Tavares Jackson, why don't you just call Jeff Gillooly and have Brett Favre beaten to a pulp? Because this guy's terrorizing your life. Brett Favre comes back. Nevertheless, I think there's going to be points scored in this football game as well with Tavares Jackson. Alex Smith needs to start improving as well. I think that there'll be points scored on Sunday night between San Francisco and Minnesota. Now, speaking of surprises, is anybody shocked? I couldn't resist. But hey, I've been telling you guys on a weekly basis that the Spokane Shock are clearly the best team in the Arena Football League. And here they are. They're going to be hosting the Arena Bowl, but they're playing the Tampa Bay Storm. Tampa Bay are the perennial champs of the Arena League. Tim Markham winning his coach in Arena League history. This guy looks just like that guy Bookman from Seinfeld, but whatever. That's another story. You'd think that I'd lay it down with Spokane. Spread is not a very high one, but nevertheless, Tampa is a dangerous team right now, and I wonder if the Shock are going to be able to deal with the pressure. Yeah, they've won AFL 2 championships before, but Tampa have been there and done that before. Instead of jumping all over the Shock, I'm a little bit hesitant. I do think the Shock will find a way of winning this football game. I'm not so sure if I want to be laying the points. Now, speaking of shock, everyone that follows the CFL is shocked that the Toronto Argonauts and the Hamilton Tiger Cats are actually playing a meaningful football game at this time of the year. Don't look now, but the Toronto Argonauts have already won 6 football games. You got to be kidding me. And now that Anthony Cavillo, the Montreal Alouettes, is injured, the Argonauts legitimately believe that they can win this division. Unfortunately for the Boatmen, Hamilton are a hot club. We liked Hamilton last week to roll into Winnipeg and get it done, and they did just that. I think Hamilton can win their second consecutive road game, back-to-back weeks. It's a short trip for them right up to QEW. I like the Hamilton Tiger Cats. I think Toronto suffers a letdown. I think Hamilton gets it done at Arlen Bruce the third. plays a huge role in this football game. Now let's take a look at the major leagues. You want to talk about shocking and surprising? How about the San Diego? Come on, did anyone think San Diego were going to be as good as they are right now? Everyone thought, oh, look at San Diego. They're going to fade. They're going to fade. They can't play this way all year. No, you're right. They can't play this way all year. They're playing better right now. Now, they just went through the Chicago Cubs, but we all know the Cubs are completely useless by September, right? San Diego now get Milwaukee. We'll be taking a look at San Diego, and the Minnesota Twins and the Angels wrap up the weekend on Sunday night. Now, I don't know what the odds on a special page are of when the next time a former MVP is going to apologize to the fans for not hitting more home runs as Joe Mauer did. Those commercials with Joe Mauer are pretty annoying, but the guy's a wicked ball player, and the Minnesota Twins, I think, are going to end up winning the American League Central. I'm Gabriel Morency for Sports Interaction. May the winners be yours.